Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I just wanted to make a quick video explaining to you all about your AP exam and hopefully what you can expect on it and what you can look forward to seeing, when it's going to be, what it's going to look like, and all of that fun stuff. So what I would like to do is share my screen with you guys. That way I can show you exactly what you'll be seeing, what I'll be sending out, where you can go to find this information, and what it'll look like. So without further ado, let's bring this up. The first thing I'm going to show you is this right here. So this was an email that was sent out. Let's see if I can put on annotate. There we go, Spotlight. So this was an email that was sent out, information about the 2020 AP exams. If you click here, I will put a link to this at the end, but this is a presentation that I watched on Thursday night that talks a little bit about what the AP exams will look like, what to expect from them, make sure not to cheat, don't plagiarize, all of that wonderful stuff. All in all, the video is about an hour long, but I'll link that up at the end of this video. If we go down and take a look, we'll see the exam dates. So the new exam dates, they will not start the first week in May. Instead, they will run May 11th through May 22nd, okay? With makeup dates being June 1st through 5th. The rule of thumb is do not rely on those makeup dates. You will take it during this date. And in fact, our test date will be May, I have it right here, all my notes from the video. Our test date will be May 18th at 4 p.m. May 18th at 4 p.m. You will most likely take the exams at home. And that is it. The exam format. I have a surprise for you guys. There will be no multiple choice. Again, no multiple choice, which means we will start to focus in more on the FRQs and less on the multiple choice. So you all should be very excited about that. You will take the exam, I'm right up here at the first bullet, you will take the exam on any device that you have access to, a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone. You'll be able to type and upload your responses, or you may write by hand and submit a photo of your response. Okay, so either way. They will put out practice. You guys will be able to practice on this, to my understanding, before actually going through it the day of the test. So that way you can figure out what works better for you, either writing and taking a photo or typing it out and toggling between screens. For most subjects, the exam will be 45 minutes long. For us, for your AP Environmental Science, it will be 45 minutes long. You will get an additional 5 minutes for uploading your answers. Students will need to access online testing system 30 minutes early to get set up. So if our exam is at 4 o'clock, you will need to access by 3:30 on May 18th. Certain courses, this does not apply to us, and this does not apply to us as well. College credit will still be counted, to my understanding. The normal, if you get a 3, 4, or a 5, that's usually a good deal. Exam security, they are going through a whole bunch of security measures to eliminate the prospect of cheating. So make sure no cheating, no plagiarism, okay? As documented in the video that I will link up at the end of this, you can use open notes, you can use open book, you can use open internet. However, you cannot converse with anybody who is also taking the AP test at the same time you are. They go through a couple security measures. Most of it they do keep to themselves in hopes of not divulging that information to you. Continuing on, this is all just a bunch of information, but what we are going to do now is click on and view the testing schedule. You could see here, our test will be right here at the bottom of the screen, Environmental Science on May 18th, and it will be 4 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Eastern time on May 18th, Environmental Science. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at the Environmental Science test and what that's going to look like. So we're going to expand this out. May 18th, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Exam Exam timing, students will have 25 minutes to read and respond to question 1, and then 5 minutes to upload your response. After uploading the response to question 1, students will have 15 minutes to respond to question 2, with an additional 5 minutes to upload your response to question 2. Once the response to question 1 has been submitted, you cannot go back. So a couple things here. You have two questions. One is 25 minutes long with a 5-minute upload, and the second is 15 minutes long with a 5-minute upload. So that would lead us to believe that the first question is a little bit longer and weighted more heavily than the second question. You also need to understand that unlike the paper version, the traditional AP version, you will not be able to go back in the FRQ and look at previous answers. Meaning, if you're taking the old-fashioned test with 4 questions, you answer 1, you answer 2, you answer 3, but you want to go back and look at 1 before moving on to 4, you cannot go back. Once you have submitted your answer for number 1, in this case, that is it. You are not allowed to go back. Okay? So 2 questions. Question 1, 25 minutes. Question 2, 15 minutes. We were correct in assuming that they're going to be weighted a little bit differently. Question 1 will be weighted as 60% of your total exam grade, and question 2 will be weighted as 40% of your total exam grade. Going through, what types of questions are we looking at? We are looking at an design and investigation. This is one of those where it says design an experiment to explain. How would you design an experiment to test this theory, to test this hypothesis? Identify independent, dependent variables. Create a hypothesis. What data would you be looking for? Question 1 presents students with an authentic environmental scenario accompanied by either a model, visual representation, or quantitative data. This may assess the student's ability to describe or explain environmental concepts, processes, and models presented in written format, analyze visual representations of data, as well as describe environmental problems and or potential responses. The reason that they are allowing you to use your notes, to use the book, to use internet sources is because there is nothing topical about this. There's nothing content-based. There is no memorization, look up the answer and find it. You have to draw conclusions. You have to think about this, okay? They're more in-depth. We've done questions like this. There is no need to worry. We will continue to do questions like this. You guys are good with FRQs. I have confidence in all of you with FRQs, okay? We've always performed very highly when it comes to free response questions, and I know that will continue. So that was the first FRQ. The second one will be 40% and will be analyze an environmental problem and propose a solution, okay? We've done these problems as well. These are looking at, what type of solution would you suggest to improve the environmental, the economic? What laws or treaties would you come up with to help this? Tragedy of the commons, what could we do, right? We've done problems like this, no worries. Question 2 presents students with an authentic environmental scenario accompanied by either a model or visual representation or quantitative data, and may assess the student's ability to describe and or explain environmental concepts, processes, models presented in written form, analyze visual representations of data, and propose and justify solutions to environmental problems. Again, these two problems, though they're weighted differently, though they are timed differently, they are essentially along the same lines, okay? In both cases, you will be drawing upon information that you have learned in class to answer these questions, okay? So I have confidence in you guys. I know you guys can do this. Corresponding free response questions, FRQ types in course and exam description binders, FRQ1 and FRQ2. So really all the questions that we have done that have been released from past exams, if they are, FRQ year, blah, 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 number 1, number 2, those are the ones that we are looking for. From my understanding and what I can draw from this, there will not be a heavy math question. Okay, so that should make some of you a little bit more at ease, a little bit happier. Units 1 through 7. Okay, units 1 through 7 will be tested. Units 8 and 9 will not be tested. And then it just gives us our makeup time that we are eligible. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. Hopefully it puts you a little bit at ease. I know all of you will do wonderful on this. I have no doubt in my mind. I will link up that video at the end here. It should pop up somewhere around my face, maybe there, maybe there. Maybe it'll even go right over my face. I don't know. That's just a joke. It'll go there. So if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, email me, join in on one of those Zoom meetings that I have. And I will see you guys all in the next notes video. We will be starting pollution next. So have a great day, everybody. I will see you all. Make sure to watch that video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.